Welcome to Raw Take, everyone, the lifeline to your unfiltered media experience. I'm your host, Gian Thomas, and this is my co-host, D. Williams, and we got a great show for y'all today.
Yeah, but first, we want to let everyone know that the purpose of this video is to be informative and for us to give our personal opinion on events.
Exactly. So, speaking of events, this past Saturday, despite all the crazy stuff that we have going on in our country, America actually made history. We made significant history. This past Saturday, America made history by sending the first commercial flight to space. I
Mm.
mean, that is crazy. We're actually making going to space for a vacation. We're making that a reality. I think that's a beautiful thing. But with saying that, I mean, we're looking to monetize space and because that's all this is about. It's an open market. Now you have people trying to go to space, but you still have places we still have places on Earth in America that are still failing, like Flint. Flint still does not have clean drinking water. How are you gonna have? And the thing is, we subsidize SpaceX, so we're giving them money to do all these great things, but it's taken away from the people that truly need it here in America. That is that is the only problem with this whole entire SpaceX situation. It would be great if we had everything fine and dandy on Earth in America, but we don't. So why are we spending billions of dollars to go out into space when we don't even have our ducks in a row at home? To me, that makes no kind of sense. I mean, and what kind of example are we setting for our people? I mean, or for the world for that fact. You you're spending you're opening up this other market to create this money, but who's to say this money may not even go to the people of Flint? We have so many ways of making money, and the American people never get to see it. I mean, just think about all the endless war that we have, and how much we go to war for resources. And do the American people ever see that? See that? No.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I think it's crazy, man, that America, like you said, I think it's a good thing. It's a fantastic thing, but right now it's kind of a waste because we have issues here on Earth that needs to be dealt with, and
Exactly.
I don't know, man. Maybe certain people just trying to get away from Earth, leave us behind. I don't know, but
You know what? You say that as a joke, but I can definitely see the rich trying to leave us on Earth, the rich and the powerful leave us on Earth, and they create some space colony. I think there's actually a movie called Elysium, which is based off of the same exact concept that they go out into space and they create this colony that robots does everything for them, and they leave
mm,
the poor people on Earth. And I could definitely see them trying to do that. I mean, some people think that that's what this whole space force and them expanding into space, that's what all this is about, is for them to leave us here and
yeah.
the rich and powerful go up.
Saying we need to take care of home first. It's fine doing a space station or whatever, creating a vacation in space, but we have issues here, and right now those issues are primary over vacation in space. We need to take care of the things that's going on here. We need to. How about we clean up the streets? How about we do something about homeless people? Um, uh, feed the hungry. We got a lot of issues here in every state, and I think before we start like trying to build something beautiful in outer space, how about we rebuild something beautiful here on Earth? you're supposed to take care of home first, right?
Hmm.
So, I think that our focus sometimes, the American focus, just get totally misconstrued, get on the wrong thing, man, the wrong, on just basically on the wrong road, man. And I think that that's a road that, like, I think that maybe the rich or whatever they're trying to get away from everybody else.
I mean, our priorities are screwed. Our priorities are truly screwed. We have protests and the fabric of America falling at the seams right now, and you're
Yeah.
trying to commercialize space.
Do you think they're trying to
That-
get away from us, man?
oh, definitely. I know they're trying to get away from us. That's the end goal. The end goal is to leave the world and have some kind of space colony. I don't. I'm just. If I was a betting man, I would think so. I don't. Who's to say? But
Yeah.
I do. I do. I mean, space has become such a big thing within the past 3 years. Ever since he announced that he was doing Space Force, so I could definitely see them trying to capitalize on space, leave us out here, take all the natural resources from Earth, suck it dry, and then go somewhere else.
It's gonna be that movie Elysium all over again. Then.
I know. I mean, and then if you think about it, we already have the planet is probably going to be too hot. I've seen studies that say by 2025 the Middle East won't be inhabitable. I mean, I think even now, like midday, they shut down and let people go inside because midday it's like around 120,
Yeah,
130 degrees.
yeah, I heard about that. That's
So man,
ridiculous. It's
it's just
ridiculous. So yeah, with that being said, we definitely have some issues here that needs to be focused on. Um, and I think if they're going to build a space station and something bad like that does actually transpire, then they need to try to make the space station big enough so everybody can go.
not only people with the big pocketbooks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like Donald Trump. Did you hear about Donald Trump gassing protesters?
I did.
Man,
Peaceful
and
protest.
he gassed the protesters just for a photo shoot. There was no. I mean, what was the reasoning behind this? Because it was literally just for a photo shoot, just for him to just hold a Bible in his hand and be like, "Oh, look at me. I'm in front of," like it was basically it was for his base. It was red meat to his base. It was like, I'm still with you. I'm still your guy. But in him doing that, that's illegal. You can't gas protesters so you can take a picture. That's against the law. I mean, you have a right as an American to peacefully protest. And
Yeah,
just because you want to take a picture in front of this one church, you gas people? I
yeah.
mean, the similarities of a fascist state, of the police state that we are slowly becoming, it's becoming ever more evident in front of our eyes.
And when they did this, when the president did this, they did it so tactical, man. You would have thought that they were doing that they were acting on some terrorists or something,
Exactly.
because they flanked them. They basically had and it was a large group of protesters, but they had them surrounded
Yeah.
and made them focus on the cops that was in front of them, so that they can come from behind them and on the side of them and flank them and throw grenades and smoke grenades and even flash grenades at these people, man, and shooting them, firing rubber bullets, which hurt very, very badly at peaceful protesters. And like you said, it's against the law. So does the law bend because you wanted to?
I mean, I think clearly from day one with this president, we've seen him break the law constantly. I mean, the illegal phone call, this. I mean, the his Ivanka and his son-in-law in office with him. I mean, that's nepotism. There's so many laws he's broken. He's made a mockery of the presidency because
Yeah.
he's basically a dictator in chief. And I wonder how long this will happen. I'm very, very interested to see what'll happen in November if he loses, because I don't see him trying to delinquish his power. I see him like, oh, this is a fake election, like, because I can definitely see him saying this is a fake election. He was already gearing towards last time, if he lost, that this was going to be that if he lost, it was a fake election. So I can definitely see it now where the numbers are not looking good. I mean, you have uh you got a pandemic, you got a race war basically, and you have the economy collapsing. I mean, Trump he's looking like the worst president ever.
Mhm.
You can't have all of these things crumbling down while you're the president, and then, oh, I'm the greatest president, or whatever the hell he thinks, because
That's
he's
pretty
so
much what he
delusional.
thinks.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's pretty much how he thinks, how he sees himself as the greatest president ever. He thinks that he's done the best job in the seat that out of all the presidents before him, and it is going to be interesting to see what transpires if he loses. And right now, because it is looking like that, but I want to see like not only what he's going to say, but what he's going to do.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
One thing I can say about Trump,
Yeah,
he's a very interesting and different type of president, and that's really he's one like we've never ever even not only seen but never even read about in the
yeah,
history books before. And honestly, there's some things that I do like about Trump, but there's a whole lot that I don't like as our president. Um, One thing about him is we know that he's kind of a big baby.
yeah,
Uh, when he was in school, most people may not know, but he used to be a bully in school,
yeah,
and that's pretty much the same attitude he has now. Like if I say it, it's law, even if it's against the law. And I don't
yeah,
get why he's able to go against the law and nothing be done about it. Why? Because he's the president. Haven't former presidents went against the law and broke the law and got impeached or suffer some consequences behind it? Why? What makes him so golden?
exactly. I mean, I think it's not until his base actually, starts to reprimand him and say, we're not going to stand for this. But his base is just so wrapped up in laws. It's kind of scary. Like it's a cult following. Like they follow him like a cult. They hold on to his every word. They don't care about the truth. They hold on. It doesn't matter. It's whatever he says is law.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what the people think about it. He doesn't care.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like he doesn't see the nation that he's uh, leading. He just see himself leading them.
Yeah,
And if you don't know, if you don't see, if you don't give attention, pay attention to your people, then basically you separating yourself from them. So what kind of leader? How can you lead your people if you're not connecting with them? He doesn't connect with no one, man. It's just his way or no way.
well,
And,
I mean,
uh,
that's how most dictators are. It's their way or the
yeah,
highway. And
yeah, and they have some followers, but um, the majority aren't their followers. And I just think that we, as the majority, need to just come against it, man. I think that maybe we
yeah,
can make another huge impact on that presidency if we just come against it and stand together, just like we're doing now.
yeah,
The whole George Floyd murder case. I think that we have more power than we think we have, and the president, he's just a man. He's not above the law. He has to abide by the same laws that we have to abide by. And as citizens and as Americans, we have a right to be heard. We have a right to be noticed. We have a right to stand for what's right.
Exactly. You said, you know, the protests, this you can actually see the power in us protesting. You can see the things
Yeah.
that are changing. You can see that, by us protesting, we were able to get the 4 men charged for George Floyd. You know,
Hmm.
you need this kind of action to continue to progress things forward. I even think that the protesting even helped the Ahmaud Arbery case. Now, the
Yeah,
Ahmaud Arbery case,
I think
the
so. Yeah.
judges had advanced the murder case against the three men in his death,
Hmm.
and so we are seeing we are seeing protests, us speaking our voices, us rallying together, us coming together as a group, like you said, collectively, because we have way more power than the president. I mean, we are the people who put the president in office. So it
Yeah.
is definitely, we definitely have more power. You can see that we are slowly changing things, but we have to use this power. We have to be ready to demonstrate. We have to be uncomfortable. With a lot of things, and I've been going to a lot of these protests. A lot of things I've been seeing is people uncomfortable, but that's what you have to be. You have to be uncomfortable. You know,
Hmm.
it's just part of the way. It's uncomfortable when these men and women die. So of course, us fighting for that kind of freedom is going to be uncomfortable, and it's just a small amount that we could do to preserve their lives. But I'm so happy that these men got charged, and it's funny because they're just kind of just turning on each other. Just this guy said this guy said this, and which is good because this is how justice is going to get served is when the truth comes out. And did you know they hit him with with a with the truck?
What I knew that part was true because in the video you can kind of see that. But the statement that was made, the racial slur
Yeah,
that that was said to be made after after killing Arbery. And if that and it, even if he didn't say it, actions speak louder than words anyway. So it
exactly.
basically the actions said it anyway. I mean,
I don't,
a
I don't
black
know.
man in the neighborhood, he's jogging, chill, on his daily routine jogging, and oh, there's a black guy, and he shouldn't be here. I don't mean here in the neighborhood. I mean here on Earth. He
Earth.
shouldn't be here. Let's go run him over with our truck or stop him so we can kill him.
Yeah.
That was the point in the first place. I was shocked to find out that what's the guy name that was filming the whole thing?
What is his name? Um,
But you guys know who we're talking about. That was two, the father
it's the
and the
McMichaels and
son,
the other guy.
Michaels, and then the other guy who was actually filming it. I'm thinking that this guy, like, oh, he's like, you know what I'm saying? He got it on camera and turned it in or put it on online or whatever. Then come to find out he the one that orchestrated the whole thing.
Yeah, he was the one riding in the car, blocking off certain areas with the McMichaels, trying to entrap him. And did you know that he was running for his life? So this is another case of I can't breathe. Another case of I can't breathe because I'm literally running for my life from a modern day lynching. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I okay, on a former video I said this guy probably didn't deserve the death penalty, but now I find out you hit him with your car, you entrapped him, you are just as guilty as the McMichaels. His blood is on your hands too. You just recorded it.
That he the one that called the McMichaels so that they can orchestrate this whole thing. That's what I read in one of the articles. And, with Aubrey, he ran until he couldn't run no more. So I mean, the last thing that the only thing they have to do is to try to fight,
Yeah.
but you can't fight against bullets. And the whole video is very disturbing, man. To see him just cold blood murder him just because he's black. And but I'm thankful to God, man, that the truth came out. I'm thankful to God that Aubrey's families get justice, just like Floyd's families get justice.
Yeah.
And I do believe that, like you said, that we did make an impact even on that case with what's going on, with what we're doing with the protests and with the standing together. And not just black people standing together. I mean, all the people that are
Yeah.
standing
All people standing
for
together.
for the police brutality against black people. All the people that are standing, we want to let you know here from Raw Take that we do appreciate it. We are very thankful, and we can make a whole lot of things happen. And in the last show we were saying, I actually said that we can't win them all, but I think that when we make an impact big enough like that, um, it stirs up some things, and it causes some certain actions to be taken that otherwise wouldn't have been taken. And
Yeah.
so I think that this whole thing kind of escalated the whole Aubrey case as well into pushing the trial up way early and convicting these guys. And, that's justice being served. That's what
Exactly.
justice is supposed to look like. No matter what color you are, no matter where you live, where you came from, what your status in life is, justice is supposed to look just like that.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm just so happy to see the justice system actually working for us. I mean, it won't
Yeah.
actually work for us until we get some actual convictions, but this is these are the right steps. And that's what we
It's,
need more of. We need more of
yeah,
the right steps.
exactly. Exactly. Um, with that being said, man, I think that we as people need to continue to be heard, continue to pull it together. And, we're the nation. We're
Yeah.
the American people. We're the ones who's going to make it strong all week.
Yeah.
And if we keep doing what we're doing now, there's no other choice but to be strong. And that shows that's the American greatness right there.
Yeah.
When we show that we are Americans, that we are one united, that's what makes us great. And that's what we need to get back to. And we're not going to get back to that, guys, with Trump in the office. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because let him say he's the nation. he's,
Yeah.
he's the
Exactly.
American people. He don't care about us. He just care about him. And so that's, like I said in the last show, we've got to get him, we got to get him out of there. That's just the bottom line, man.
Yeah. And in saying that, you said it takes us to be a strong nation. And in us being a strong nation, we need our youngest people to be involved. And
Yeah,
to be honest, that is exactly what I saw out y'all. As everybody know, we film out here in Houston, but out in Houston, they had in a local city, they had in the city of Katy, they had a protest. And when I say you wouldn't believe who put this protest together. It was it was the senior graduating class of 2020 of the Cinco students. They put together the Katy protest, which was so beautiful. So many different faces. They had older people, young people, 14-year-olds. They had an 8-year old, an 11-year old. They had so many people out there voicing their opinion, coming together. It was just very beautiful. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take those many different faces of just fighting for equality for everybody, especially for black people, because you need to have opposite. you need to have opposite people saying the right things. You can't just have the black people saying the right things. You got to have everybody saying the right things.
Right,
So
right.
we can. So it's like, yes, we all stand together on this, and we are all fighting against this. So it
You had
was just very,
to speak there too, right?
huh?
You had an opportunity to speak there too, right?
Yes, actually, I did have an opportunity to speak. I got a
Raw take
chance
on the
to.
screen.
Yeah, we were out there on the scene. And I gave the people my raw take, and I told them about the injustices of our system and how our system is broken, and how this is our time. This is our time to start a real revolution, and it starts at the ballot box, and how we
Yeah,
need to look at these people who are, we need in this moment, the next MLK, the next Bernie Sanders, the next Malcolm X, the next Barack Obama are going to rise from this. And so you need us as a people, us as a young generation, we need to figure out who we're voting for, and we need to figure out who's saying the right things and who's going to do the right things for us. And we need to
yeah,
put those people in office. And 2020, 2023, I did announce that I will be running for the mayor of Katy. So that was a big announcement there. So 2023, y'all be looking for me, Well, it's one thing to speak about it on social media, on YouTube, but it's another thing to actually be part of the process.
yeah, man. Hey, man, that's what's up, man. So 2023 is gonna be the year, man.
It'll be the year, man.
I don't live in Katy, but you got my vote. Raw
Thank you,
take
D.
is
Will.
raw take is what y'all got to say now. Let us know. Your boy right here, next mayor of Katy. I think that's a good look and a good fit,
Thank
especially
you.
now. Especially now.
Exactly.
I think that I'm gonna say once that happens, Katie would have a great man, a great man.
Thank
I have to
you.
say
Thank
because
you, man.
you're a great guy, man. I'm giving you flowers now. Most people wait till you're dead and gone and be like, oh, he was such a good man. And, you're gonna give the flowers while they're alive, man. Yeah, but
Exactly.
appreciate it. So that's what's
Thank
up,
you,
man.
man. Thank you.
Wanna I'll raw take? I'll raw take it. Hey, you gonna still be a raw take at that time?
Oh, of course, of course. I'm gonna be doing raw take from the mayor office.
Yeah, they might not want to see me alone. They're gonna have to see Mr. Gian. That time it's gonna be Mayor Gian talking.
Yeah,
Nice ring to it, right?
yeah, man. Nice ring to it.
Yeah.
But y'all, that's our show. I need y'all to kill that like button. I need y'all subscribe, share the video. Y'all, this is the only place where y'all getting a raw take on things. We keep it real. We keep it uncensored. We tell the truth on here. We're
Uh,
giving our opinions, but it's how we see it, and mainly that's how the world goes. So y'all continue to kill that like button, subscribe. Y'all know we're trying to hit 100 subscribers. Once we get to that 100 subscriber mark, we will be giving a prize. So if it's not too crazy, like D Will said, y'all can't be asking for a Lambo and a Bentley, because we're not working like that yet. But soon we will be. Soon we will be. We got to speak stuff into existence.
and if y'all have like a challenge or something like for the special show, once we get that point, look, don't be coming talking about eat no ghost peppers or none of that. It ain't gonna happen. We're not doing the ghost pepper challenge. We're
Yeah,
not
no
doing
go.
no challenges because we have sense in our brains. So keep it simple, please.